I couldn't help myself before we leave this spot. I not only wanted to bring Echo down here one more time, about a mile from camp, but I wanted to bring Dodger back down here again. He didn't eat all of his food this morning, so I'm trying to work up an appetite by making him exercise. And it's cold, so I got my buff out. My hat is coming in real handy. And I thought I'd just talk to you guys real quick about what we're gonna do. We are gonna head towards Vegas, making our way to Quartzsite. So we're gonna be going through Nevada, and I don't know where we're gonna camp. I did a little research on iOverlander, but I'm gonna do it kind of on the fly. So what you'll see in this video is us making our way through Nevada, and how I do that, how I choose my campsite using iOverlander, which is a free app. You know, we're not sponsored by them, but I've used that app for years now. It's a little different than it used to be, the app itself. But it works, and it brought us to this place, which I've never been before. So I'm kind of getting my old school nomad legs about me as we head into, you know, for us, uncharted territory. It sort of makes me a little nervous, but there's really nothing to worry about because I have gas stations pinpointed along our route, and that's my main concern, is finding gas. The towns that we're going to be going through are going to be pretty small towns, so that's the next scary thing, is like, are you going to be able to find the supplies you need? Basically, I just need probably to hit one dump station and propane. So I'm thinking about propane because it's cold right now, so wherever we camp that you're going to see in this video, I'm going to need propane. I'm going to need propane because it's the worst feeling when you run out of propane when you need it. Just like electricity and water, or when your tanks are full. So you guys stick with us here and see where we end up. I'll show you how I do it. I'll put up on the screen when we get to it how I use the iOverlander app. I get that question all the time. How do you find new places? How do you use the app? How do you do your research? And it's, you know, it's fairly simple. I'm getting burrs in me. There's the old guy. Right there. This is how we travel. I don't usually record while we're driving, but I I got this GoPro here, so let's give it a shot and see what I can show you guys. So we're coming into the town here. We're heading into Nevada. Doesn't really matter so much where we are, but I want to show you guys how I find new places for us to camp. I've never driven this way before, so all this is new to me, all this scenery. It's pretty awesome, really. I'm noticing a lot of BLM land out here. There's a lot of signs that indicate that it's BLM land. I think Nevada is something like 70% all public land or something like that. There's tons of public land out here. So one thing I could do is I don't even need to use the app. I could just look for one of those roads that has a BLM sign and then see how far down the road I can get, and I'll probably find a spot to pull over and camp. But what I like to do is use iOverlander. So I'm going to show you guys how I do that once we get to our first stop, which is where I'm going to dump my tanks. Which I used iOverlander to find this spot. Since I don't know this area, I don't have like my normal spots marked where I get gas and propane, fill up on water, and dump my tanks. So I found a Maverick gas station, and I read the reviews on iOverlander, and they're talking about how it's a free dump station. So free that's good for me. And it looks like they sell propane there as well, so I'll be able to buy some propane at the same time. So I'll see you guys at the dump station. A lot of times when you come to a new place like this, you know, I don't know exactly where the dump station is inside this gas station. But that's one of the cool things about iOverlander is people will actually pinpoint exactly where the dump station is. So yeah, I can see it right over there. Because I could have been driving around this whole parking lot. It's a pretty big parking lot, trying to find exactly where the dump station is, or, you know, go inside and have to ask. And then also people will put reviews on iOverlander, and I'll show you guys this here in a minute once we start looking for a spot to camp, like how I look at the reviews. But the reviews for the dump station, it'll tell you, you know, if it's clean or not, and then people will post pictures. So I've seen a picture of this dump station on the app itself, and actually, like, someone took a picture of the sign here, so it shows you all the rules and everything. And then they also say in the review that it's totally free. So let's take a look at this dump station and dump the tanks. And I'll get a chance at some point to get these guys outside, right? Really good drive down here. Super great weather. And I don't need to dump the tanks, but if I dump them now, then I won't have to dump them until I finally get to quartzite. I've only got about a week's worth of stuff in the black tank and the gray tank. So this sign I've already seen on the app itself, and there's a picture showing me the whole dump station, so I already know what to look for when I get here. It's pretty cool. It's a cool app. It's really cool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dump the tanks, and then I'll find a spot to park here, and I'll look up where we're going to head. You know, I got to decide how far do I want to drive, and then look for camping spots within that distance. So we'll do that next. So new plan, that Maverick doesn't sell propane. So I got on iOverlander real quick just to make sure this Flying J sells propane, and it said they do. So I'm gonna pull in right here and check out this lane they got set up for gas, and then right after it is propane. So I can probably, I can just stay right in this one lane. I don't have to drive all over the place. And it looks like they have a button, so I might be able to hit this button and then have someone come out. But it's pretty cool how they have it set up here. I like the Flying J's. I thought this gas would be a little bit cheaper than the Maverick, but it's actually the same price. Even with the discount, if you use your card here, you get like 10 cents off a gallon. So I'm gonna fill up the truck, and I'm gonna fill up the gas can in the bed. I don't know about this Flying J. I used to kind of swear by these places. They always have the best price. In this case, it was the same price as every other place around, so I didn't save any money. Plus I had to go inside because the rewards card number that you have to use, it didn't work at the pump. And this has happened to me at the last Flying J I was at too. Like the number doesn't go in when you put it in, so you have to go inside anyways. Then you don't get a receipt. I guess I could go inside and ask for a receipt. The propane worked really well, but it was expensive. It was $4.15 a gallon, and you know, whatever. It's convenient. It's really convenient, but it's kind of expensive. And then the weird thing was when the pump started at the gas here, I've never seen this happen before, but as soon as I stuck it in my tank and pulled the trigger, it said 99 cents. So it like charged me $1 without any gas going in. So I think I got ripped off like $1 worth of gas. Some of the Flying J's are awesome, and inside the store is actually really nice and clean. They got lots of good stuff in there, but I never buy anything inside the store. So usually, like when I went to the Maverick and I used their dump station for free, then I would buy something there. But I didn't want to pay extra for gas. It turns out it was the same price as here. And I was gonna buy my propane over there at Maverick, but they don't sell propane, so I couldn't buy anything over there. Okay, now I'm gonna find a spot to park, walk the dogs, and we're gonna find a place to camp using the iOverlander app. Okay, I got my app open here. Stopped to check this place out in the dark, and we decided to pass too close to the highway and lots of garbage and mud. So that's probably not where I'm gonna stay, but if I needed to, I could stay there. This says, watch your dogs, human feces everywhere. Good spot for one night. Only downside is all the toilet paper and other garbage strewn about. Okay, so far it looks like it's that trashy place is like my best bet. That's my best bet. That's my best bet. Like toilet paper on the ground and stuff. Human body. I don't think I'm gonna camp here. People are just going to the bathroom out here. So, you know, don't do what I do.